Om Shanti. Today I will begin with the blessing. It's a very beautiful blessing that Baba gives us today. And Baba, I will tell you the blessing in Hindi because sometimes, in translation, many things are lost. So Baba talks about Satyata and Sabhyata. And in the English murli, it is translated as truth and manners. So Baba says that Satyata and Sabhyata, they go hand in hand. You cannot say that I am here telling the truth, but the way I am telling it is not with Sabhyata or with royalty. So I want to talk about this today, and you see that God is called the truth. Yes. And there is something called the ultimate truth. And Baba tells us the truth. Yes. And what is truth? Truth is eternal. That which changes with time is not truth. So when we say truth, we don't mean that which is the truth in the moment. Truth means the eternal truth. Truth means the originality of everything. So there is this incident where there was a couple and husband wife, and they had come to the center and they were fighting. They were having an argument among themselves, and the wife said, "He lied to me." And then the husband said, "It was a small lie, not a big one," but she's reacting a lot. And then the wife said, "No, it's all about honesty, and if the honesty is not there, then I don't think this relationship can go on." And then they fought a lot about honesty and everything. And then I asked the wife, "Do you want to stay with this person?" So ultimately, you see, when you have come to the center, you want to patch up, you don't want to break up, right? If you had to break up, you wouldn't come and bother me. You would do it on your own. So if you've come to the center, you intend to patch up. So I said, "You want to continue with this person? You want to continue in this relationship?" She, after some dilling-dalling, she said, "Yes." So I said, "Then tell me something. What is all this argument doing to your relationship?" So, whatever is happening right now, is it going well with, the continuity of the relationship? So if you want to continue with the relationship, then if you are speaking these bitter words and accusing and maligning somebody, then will it help your relationship? Is it helping the relationship? So she said, "No." So I said, "Already you see there are so many knots in the relationship. And because you have made your mind to continue in the relationship, so I think you should take care that there are not any more knots in the relationship." So The truth is, I think that you want continuity, and in that sense, I think that dropping the current thing, whatever honesty, dishonesty you're talking about, that dropping that will work well for you. So I'm giving you a very simple example to illustrate why getting up, getting caught in the truth of the moment is not a good idea when you're focusing on eternal truth. So, the eternal truth that Baba tells us is we are all seeking love, we are all seeking. So, continuity is a truth. You cannot. So, you are seeking continuity, you are seeking purity, you are seeking peace, love. So, whatever goes well with that is the truth. And whatever sabotages that is false. And I don't know whether you're getting it, because it's slightly, it needs thinking around it. So, truth doesn't mean that. So, when I say it is daytime right now, it is a truth of the moment. But the eternal truth is everything is cyclical. It is day changing into night and night changing into day every moment. So the eternal truth is very different from truth of the moment. And when Baba comes, he tells us the eternal truth. That is why God is called the truth. And what is the eternal truth? The eternal truth is the cycle of time. The eternal truth is that we are all souls and we have a role inside us. And then we come down, and according to that recording inside us, we keep playing our roles and we keep changing our sanskars according to time. And then Baba comes and takes us back. So this is the eternal truth. And Baba tells us, so whenever Baba in the Murli mentions Gyan or truth, so knowledge and truth are the same thing. So whenever Baba talks about knowledge, he says the knowledge is the knowledge of the cycle. Yes, so what is the truth that the world doesn't know? The truth about the cycle. And whatever happens in this whole cycle, from Satyug to Kalyug and then back to Satyug, whatever happens in this whole cycle is the truth. And do you know that when you spin a disc of many colors, then what you spin it very fast, and then what you see is white. Yes, so when you rotate this truth in your mind, that's what Baba calls the churning of the discus of self-realization, Swadarshan Chakra Pirana. So when you keep rotating the truth in your buddhi and mind, you keep thinking about how you have performed this journey from Satyug to Kalyug, and how at various points of time you have so many sanskars and you do so many karma, and then how your original state is purity and peace, and you are Sampurn Nirvikari, there is no vice. And then how Ravan comes and everything changes, you forget yourself, you forget the reality. And then how you start operating under the influence of Ravan. So if you keep rotating this in your, in your man and buddhi, and if you keep churning about the truth always, then what it gives you is purity. Just like you churn the various colors and then what you ultimately get is white. So if you keep thinking about the truth a lot, about the truth that you are a soul, about the truth of time, about the truth of you being God's child in your original form, about the truth of your original home and your journey down here, you keep thinking about it, and what it gives you is purity. And what is purity? So, purity is a state where you are in everything and absolutely uninfluenced. So, truth makes you very pure. Truth makes you non reactive. Truth, the more the truth sits in your buddhi, it makes you very detached and pure. So, purity means you're very attractive, very involved, and completely detached at the same time. So, Baba always gives the example of a lotus flower, and the lotus flower is in the muddy water, very beautiful, doing its job of making that muddy water beautiful, and but still it is completely detached and uninfluenced. And when you hold the truth in your buddhi, or the truth sits in your heart, then it makes you very, very pure. And Baba says that when you are full of the truth, when you're very pure, then your every action of yours is very royal. So, you have manners, divine manners. So, nothing that you do smells of, vices. Your drishti, your words, your feelings, your behavior is very royal. And your activities are divine when you're full of the truth inside, because you're very pure inside. And that is why Baba says that when you are full of the truth, then none of your actions will be not reflecting divine manners. All your actions will be full of divine manners. And today Baba uses an example. Baba says that when there is truth, there is humility. And where there is no truth, there is stubbornness. And when somebody is stubborn, you use harsh methods. You use anger. You use force. And when you're full of humility, you are gentle, you are loving in your behavior. And when I was in school, we used to have debates, and I remember that whenever somebody participated in that debate, they would be very loud, and they would bang the desk and be very vehement and very loud and forceful in their speech. And I didn't like that. I also used to participate in the debate, but I spoke like I spoke all the time. And then they would say that, when you are telling the truth, you should be full of force. You should be very forceful, and you should make a big tamasha out of it. So I used to say, I don't know. I think that when I'm telling the truth, then that's enough. So if I believe this is true, then I can just speak it gently, and the ears that are destined to hear it will hear it. And this was always a problem in school for me, because nobody agreed that this is how truth should be spoken. And even in my work culture, I have seen that, people used to tell me, shor machao. So if you're working a lot, if you have made some sacrifices, if you have done something, be very loud about it. But I always felt that no, if I've done something and if somebody cannot see it, let it be like that. I don't want to, spend extra energy in bringing that point forward. So I don't know, because Baba tells us that, some remains of what you learn right now stay with you in your whole journey of 5,000 years. So even as a child, I felt that truth and, being humble or gentle go together. So you don't have to be forceful when you are talking about the truth. And there is this expression in English which is very beautiful. It is called the ring of truth, and I always talk about this. And truth has a way of touching our hearts, and the soul recognizes truth. So if you look at your journey as a BK, so when you learn about Baba, you learn about who you are, you learn about the cycle, there is nothing that actually proves it. There is no proof. But there is a knowing that this is true. You kind of intuitively know that whatever is being taught in the class is true. And that ring of truth is so profound that any voice of logic or anything that Ravan forces you to think cannot, quell that profound feeling that this is the truth. And I remember that when I undertook the course, then my Lokik father, so when I went home and after the course, he told me, what did you learn? So I said, I don't know what they are speaking, but whatever they are speaking is right. That much I know. And I also don't know that whether I'll be able to do what they are asking me to do. But notwithstanding that, whatever they are saying is true. That much I know. So I said, and you are a PhD in truth, right? So you know everything about what is right and what is wrong. So I said, no, but sometimes you can feel it, can't you? So he also just stopped and he said, yes, you can feel it. And that's true. So Baba says that truth has a way of reaching the core of your heart and making its presence felt there. And Baba says, whenever you are telling the truth or you're being the truth, then so first thing is, when you're telling the truth, you have to be the truth. Yes, and the truth is you're pure. So talking the truth cannot come from a place of impurity. And that's why Baba has given us this law that if you speak the truth with anger, then the truth is contaminated. So you cannot speak the truth with force or anger. Truth has to be loving, gentle, and that's how it has to be spoken. And Baba says that We are all the children of the truth. Baba is called the truth, and Baba has filled our hearts with true knowledge, eternal truths, and Baba has given us the duty, the seva, to speak the truth and let the world know about what is true, what is the truth about our history, our geography, the truth about our original nature, form, destiny, destination, aim, purpose, everything. And Baba says, when you speak the truth, you must be very loving and gentle. You shouldn't get angry. And there is this belief system in the world that when I'm true and you are lying to me, then I get angry. Yes, people say that I don't like lies, I don't like deception, I don't like falsehood, and that makes me angry. But then if somebody is lying or somebody has a false perception and then you are truth and you are getting angry, then both are equally wrong. So Baba says that if somebody is lying or somebody is not agreeing with the truth and you lose your calm, your peace, then you are also not true at that time. So both are at the same stage. So Baba says that's why when you're full of truth, you will never get angry about whoever the other person is or whatever they are talking or however they are being. You will always stay in your purity and in your good feelings. And that is what we call being the truth. So you cannot say the truth and not be the truth. So if you are discussing the truth, if you are arguing over the truth, and in that whole journey you've lost your purity and peace, then it is questionable whether you are in truth anymore. And Baba has also told us something very interesting. Baba has said that sometimes Baba's children, they try to deceive Baba. And they say that, Baba, I was not getting angry. I was just, my voice is like that. I always speak like this. This is my voice. So Baba tells us in one of the Avyakt Murlis, Baba has told this beautiful thing. Baba said that when you have a tape recorder, then the volume of the tape recorder can be controlled by the switch through the power of science. And the power of truth means the power of silence, the power of purity. And if somebody can control the volume of the tape recorder with the power of science, why can't you control your volume with the power of purity? So nobody can say that I am pure, I am truthful, I am peaceful, and I am loud. If you have purity, you will be able to talk sweeter and softer. And that's the capacity that truth will give you. And I remember that when I came into Gyan, after some years, there was an uncle I knew from the past, and he was talking to me on phone, and he said that I have this amazing observation. Why do all BKs talk this in the same way? So you cannot figure out whether Shivani Ben is talking or Mohini Ben is talking or Jayanti Ben is talking. Everybody is talking in the same manner. So why does everybody talk at the same pace and same method? So everybody has a similar way of talking. So I said, because we are similar inside. So we are holding the same truth inside. So obviously the way we speak will also be the same. So just like the power of science can do wonders, the power of silence can also do wonders. So Baba says, A, you cannot get angry when you are in purity, in royalty. And second, if you say that your volume is like that, that's the way you talk or something, that's also a lie, because truth will mellow you down. It will make you sweeter and softer. That's the power of truth. And then Baba also says that there are some children who say that we have purity inside, but it doesn't get revealed. So, I remember that there was this one sister, and she would always tell me, Didi, I'm very full of love. I'm very full of good feelings and good wishes for everybody. And then if nobody understands me. So, she would always have this, she would speak like, nobody understands me and people get me wrong, but I have a lot of love and good feelings inside me. So, I always used to tell her one thing, that Shiv Baba has told us that truth reveals itself. It may take time, but it reveals itself. सत्य को सिद्ध होने की सिद्धि प्राप्त है. So it cannot be that you have good feelings inside or you're very loving inside and then everybody will misunderstand you. It cannot be like that. And I used to tell her that maybe it's a phase, for some time maybe you face some problem. But if it is a perpetual thing and you're always saying that I'm good inside and nobody understands me or they are not able to figure out, then I don't believe that, because Baba has told us that the truth has the quality of revealing itself. So when you are truth, when you're true, then your behavior, your words, your feelings will all be pure and they will reveal themselves. And it cannot be that there will be miscommunication for very long. Yes, for a short time Maya may do its thing, or it may be a karmic settlement or whatever. But then truth will reveal itself. So Baba says that if there is satyata, if there is sabhyata, then you will not be held in the wrong for very long time. But if you say that I am true and there is no sabhyata, and then you say that my intentions are good, my feelings are pure, and all my actions are dirty and malicious, that doesn't hold true, and that's not okay. And then even if you wait forever, things are not going to get better for you. So this is something that Baba talks about, and you have to underline this, note this very well, and take it home with you, that where there is truth, there is purity, there is royalty, and there is divine virtues. And if these three things are absent, purity, royalty, divine virtues are absent, then Baba doesn't believe that you are holding the truth inside. Yes, and truth is not a momentary thing. I did not do this right or that right. No, truth is an eternal thing, and when we are in our original state, when we churn the discus of self-realization, and we are in that state where we know the eternal truth, and we are an embodiment of the eternal truth, and we are in realization of who I am and who do I belong to, and what is my purpose in this eternal game of drama, then you will always be in your royalty and purity. So change your relationship with truth if it is not changed yet. Then Baba talks about today. So in Hindi and again English, there is translation issue all the time. And in the Murli today, Baba says, अपनी स्थिति और अपने संबंध संपर्क में हल्के रहो, लेकिन अपनी दिनचर्या में नहीं. So in the English Murli, that sthiti has not been translated. So in the English Murli, the slogan is be light in your relationships and connections, but be light in your state has been not left out, and then not in your timetable. So when Baba says this is easy Raj Yoga, be easy. Yes, but easy in what? Not easy in your disciplines. Yes, most of the time when in the world we talk about being easy, being light, it means being casual about your disciplines. Yes, but Baba says no. Your disciplines, your spiritual discipline, or the timetable that Baba has given you is your source of strength. If you go easy on that, if you don't follow your divine timetable, your spiritual timetable, if you don't wake up at Amrit Vela, if you don't sit in loving remembrance in that time of nectar, if you miss the Murli, if you miss traffic controls, then you will be powerless. So don't go easy on your timetable. Don't go easy on your disciplines. You should be very firm, very strict, very methodical about your spiritual disciplines. But when you're coming into relationships and connections, Sambandh and Sampark. So there is a difference between Sambandh and Sampark. Sambandh means in relationships. So, people who are related to you. And then connections, you connect with so many people these days on social media because of business, because of other stuff. You come into connections. So Baba says, be light there. Don't hold things, don't hold events, don't hold anything in your heart. And this is very important because I was in Madhuban for last 5-6 days, and what I saw is, you have a big Brahmin family there, and then I was really, I became very aware of how different everybody's sanskar is. So, when you come into relationships and connections, you are meeting souls who have had 63 births of karmic journeys, and you have no idea how different you are from them. So, sometimes you don't have any point of similarity. The whole journey has been different. And then if you knack your brain too much in that, it's going to take you nowhere. So when you are coming into relationships and connections, just be yourself. Don't knack your brain too much. Be very easy. And but don't be easy in your discipline. So you be yourself. You behave according to Srimad, and be very easy about who they are and how they are behaving and how they are conducting. Don't take it to heart. Yes, because it's not about you, it's about them. Always remember this. The way people behave with you is more about them than about you. Yes, so never take that to heart. Never try to figure out. And if you have to check whether you are in the wrong or right, check according to Srimad. Don't check according to the response. Okay, so just listen to Baba's Murli and check your behavior whether it is accurate according to Srimad or not. But don't wait for people to respond very well to you, because you see how they respond is more or less mostly about them, very little to do with you. So be very light in when you come into relationships and connections, and be light in your sthiti, in your stage. So whenever you see yourself bothering too much or burdening yourself too much inside, just drop it. Because nothing, if you bother too much, fear too much, worry too much, it's not going to help you or the world in any way. So it's recommended that you always keep your state light, even if the issue at hand is big or important or urgent or whatever. But if you keep yourself heavy, if your mind is heavy, you're full of fear, worry, or you're very bothered, it's not going to help the situation. So, in any circumstance, keeping your inner state light is recommended. When you come into relationships and connections, be light. Yes. And I tell you one thing, I learned this because this is a very recent, observation. So there's this person, and I met that fellow soul in Madhuban, and so that person was very aloof and not talking to me very well. So uh, for a moment, I just thought, so is it something to do with how I behaved, or did I say something or do something? And then after some time, I just checked my behavior, and then I left it. I didn't think too much about it, about why that person was not responding. And after I came back, I received a phone call, and that person said that, Didi, I was not very favorably oriented in my conversation with you. And it's gnawing at my heart. And I just want to make it clear that I'm going through a very bad phase in my life. And I am not in my senses, if you may say so. And I really don't have any control over how I look or talk these days, because sometimes later on I realized that how I talked or how I looked or how I behaved, or the way I was present in that meeting was not proper. But I'm not able to help it because my state is not good. And then I understood and realized that I had saved a lot of time by following Baba Shrimat. Because, anyways, it is what it is. But what happens is, when you don't follow Shrimat, you waste your time and create your Vikarma, which I did not, because I followed this simple Shrimat, that you don't think too much about the other people's behaviors. Okay, just check your behavior and don't think too much. So this is a very important teaching. So Baba says, stay very light when you're coming into connections and relationships, and also keep checking your state of mind, and if there is anything on your mind, just drop it. And Baba says, but be very firm, very strict when it comes to your disciplines, spiritual disciplines, because they matter and they decide your state of mind and your stage of being. And if you want to be powerful, you have to be very strict about them. Okay, so I just talked about the blessing and slogan. The whole Murli is full of jewels and directions, and please go through it, imbibe it, and Baba has told, take notes. So take notes today about whatever Baba is telling in the Murli, and I want each one of you to at least take out 30 new points from the Murli today. And there are at least 300, I tell you, but take out 30 out of them and just see what new things Baba is telling you today. There are many Gyan points which are very new today, and just take out 30 of them and note down. And if you can do that, send it to me on WhatsApp also. Okay, Om Shanti.